Hi Flosstube, my name is Wendy. Welcome to my craft room. This is my first floss tube, but it is not my first, I should turn on my light. It is not my first video. I have done, ooh, I don't know if I like that there. Yeah, we'll see. I have done what I call crafty update videos because I am a multi-crafter. I like to knit, crochet, sew, quilt, diamond painting, cross stitch, all kinds of different things. But I thought I would separate the two for a couple of reasons. One is that I don't seem to be connecting with any floss tubers on my other videos. So I thought this might be a way to connect to floss tubers. It would get their attention. It might be flagged to them. Another reason is that I thought if I one week do a crafty update and then the next week do a floss tube, I might be able to show more to both crafts, you know, if I do it every 2 weeks. And then the third reason is just to get me cross-stitching more. You'll see that I love to start things. I love a good stitch along or start along, but I don't do much finishing along. So anyway, a little bit about me. I live in southwestern Ontario with my husband, who was my high school sweetheart. We have 2 adult children and 1 granddaughter. And she's the light of our life right now. She's just brings us so much joy. Anyway, so I thought I'd start off with a whip parade, and I might not have a lot of information because, oh yeah, okay, getting back to about me. I've been cross-stitching probably here and there over many years, but it was always with kits that I bought at Mary Maxim or White Rose, or we had a craft store in our mall, and it had a lot of leisure arts things, and I can't remember what it was called, but anyway, I'd bought some kits from there, and that was the extent of it. And then in the last couple of years, of course, I discovered all the YouTube and Flosstube, so my horizons have expanded a bit, but I'm still mostly an Ada stitcher. Maybe someday I'll do. I think I do have one piece of linen that I started, and I think I have a project that I purchased that has some even weave, but I haven't tried it yet. So, yeah, so I might not have all the information that I should have, and I will start to keep track of for sure. But you have to start somewhere, right? So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for giving me a try. I know there's so many floss tubers out there, but it's such a good community. I just can't not get involved, you know. Yeah, so I look forward to this journey as well as my crafty journey. I did show a little bit of cross-stitching on the other channel, but like I said, I thought I would separate it and see how that goes, if it would help me focus more on some cross-stitching. So, let me see. I'll start with, oops, I got an avalanche about to happen. Okay, I'm going to start with, I just have it in this little pouch that I got from a Black Needle Society box. I've bought a couple of those boxes. They're very nice. This was like a steampunk theme. But anyway, in here I got this idea from the Crafty Toads. You know, when you're stitching and you have leftover threads, or you just need a couple of stitches and you have a thread that you know you don't need it all. I thought of doing like a scrap project. So use all those scrap threads in this project. So I picked out this project. This is Plate of Fancy by Long Dog Samplers. This is my first Long Dog. The fabric is 16 count Ada from Seraphim Fabrics, and the colorway is called General Flame. And this is what I've got done so far. And you can see it's all just scrappy. So my goal was to sort of work on that on Sundays, like Scrappy Sunday. Work on some scrappy yarn projects and this one. So I got a little bit done. I'd like to get back to that for sure. Okay. I better put things away or I'm going to have a huge disaster here when we're done. Okay. Alright, this bag I made myself. This, I love this nautical fabric, although it has nothing to do with the project. This was my very first kit that I sent away for on, oh yeah, here's the bag. 2 different nautical fabrics. This was a caterpillar cross stitch kit. I don't know if I have a cover page. It was a stitch along a few years ago. Oh, maybe here it is. Oh, it was a mystery, so no. Anyway, it is called Made to Create. And so it's just using the supplies that were in the kit. I think that was my first big project. Yeah, just using the supplies that came with the kit. I really like it. I'd love to get it finished and framed and put in my craft room. And what I like about it too is it shows all kinds of creative things in it. Like it's got yarn and paint and floss, bobbins, a camera, a pin cushion, all kinds of things on it. Yeah, so looking forward to getting back at that. I should write that down. Okay. So this, I think I either saw this on with Pam and Stephanie on Just Keep Stitching, or Gary. Anyway, I ordered it through Gary at Garon Stitchery. This is Witchy Washy by Raise the Roof. I had such high hopes of getting all the ones and changing them out seasonally. I think you have to finish them to do that. But anyway, I made pretty good progress. Looking at it now, I'm not pretty impressed. And let me see, I'm using, oh yeah, it comes with a button pack. That's really cute. And, I don't think I saved the fabric. I know I ordered it from Garon. Yeah, no, I didn't keep track of it. So I will try and do better. Oh no, here it is here. Oh, I ordered this from Stony Creek. Spooky Orange, 14 count Ada. Stony Creek dyed fabrics. So I wonder if I ordered the pattern from them. Oh, I don't remember. I either order from Stony Creek mostly or Garon. Yeah. Spooky orange, I like that. Okay. Witchy. This will be interesting to see. I have no idea how many whips I have. Alrighty. Oh, there's 2 in here. This is, of course, I got this from one of these bags. Let me see, what's the name on it? It was from Fat Quarter Shop. And this was their temperature cross stitch for 2023. There. I did write down all the information, so I do have it, so I can finish it. Here we go. And it's just on Ada. And all the call for colors from Fat Quarter Shop. But they are DMC. Yeah, she had a chart with all the temperatures, ranges, and colors. So I still am using that. And then of course, the next year I thought, oh, I can do this. This is the 2024 temperature stitch along, temperature cross stitch. I like that as well. And this is how far I got on that. You can see the temperature starting to warm up here. That was April. That was some warm weather early that year. Okay, so for her temperature and 5 house temperature. These buttons in here before I lose them. Okay, this bag was from Evertote in London, Ontario. And in here, I have a couple of the, this was, I don't know if it's a stitch along, but it's something that they had a collaboration with 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers, and the design was, I guess she took motifs from a sampler that she had and re-stitched them or re-charted them, and I believe there's 4 or 5, and I only ordered 2 because of course I never got very far on it, so but I would like to continue with it. No, I didn't keep the, I think this might be the piece of even weave I was talking about. Oh, it is. Oh no. No, this, oh yes. Ada even weave. Or 28 count even weave. In conch. So that's going to be what I do some of it on. I'm not sure what this piece is. This is definitely Ada. And it is, they're both by Roxy Floss Co. And so the first one was Sing After the Storm. Pretty little design. And it's using the called for colors for the first part, for the first chart in Roxy Flosco. And this is what I've got done. Yeah. The second chart, which I have not started, is Bloom Wildly. It's very pretty. And I think what Caroline at Evertote did, or was talking about doing, and then when each chart comes out, they have an updated floss pack to go with it. She was going to sort of do this kind of thing with hers, make a 9-patch with those designs, and then, you know, so I would like to do something, excuse me, like that as well. Okay, next, I don't know if I have, yes I did. Okay, I think this is 28 count linen. This is the only linen that I have in Okefenokee? And oh yes, I would love to do more of these too, but I have to get moving on this one. So this is Block Party by Hands On Design, one of the block parties, and it's October 31st, or I think it's just called 31st. Yeah. I love that. And there's the pins that came with it, or that you could order with it, 31st. And it had a piece of felt in the, or wool. And the threads are Weeks Dye Works. Typical Halloween colors. Very nice. And like I said, the 28 count linen and Okefenokee. I haven't looked at this in a long time. That wasn't too bad, I don't think, for doing linen for the first time. I think I had to use a magnifier though, for sure. And 28 count, that's not very small for most people, but yeah. I love that. It's kind of grungy, spooky Halloween, so I'm sure I can get more use out of that fabric once I get this done. Love it. Love it. It's funny, you tend to, things get put aside and you forget about them, and then sometimes it's hard to go back to them because you don't know where you were, or, you know, that kind of thing. But then once you start looking at them again, you get excited. So hopefully this will spark some desire to get stitching. And this little pouch I got from the Cross Stitch University at that quarter shop. That's another good place to order from. Ah, yes. This is Tales from the Sea, Fragments in Time, 2021 by Summerhouse Stitchworks. I think I have another one. Yes, I do. I should keep them together. The Lighthouse. The lighthouse and the anchor, those are my favorite things. Anything nautical, but especially lighthouses and anchors. And I'm stitching this with the called for DMC, and I'm using on 18 count Aida in Mystic Fabrics. Mystic Fabrics, colorway Brain Fog. How appropriate. And this is what I've got done so far on this. It's really coming a long way. Okay. I'm writing these all down, so one, so I know what I've shown you, and two, to incorporate, I have already decided on my Whip Go, but I'm also going to do temperature stitching, I think. So anything that's not on the Whip Go board, then I will assign it numbers for temperature stitching. Okay, I don't have a picture of this one. I'm just using 16 count, or no, 14 count black Aida. This is a design, it's called A Year in the Hoop by Hometown Needleworks, I think. Small Town Needleworks. She has an Etsy shop, and this is January, so of course this is a snowman and snowflakes. Once again, big idea. I'm going to do all the year. And this is a bag I made. I love this fabric. This is like such a Christmas wonderland. And the inside is just the snowflakes. Love, love, love that. Okay. Goodness gracious. Alrighty. These are adorable too. And I would love to do many of them and change them out, but this is a gobble couple, the Native Gobbles by RTM. I am a Mi'kmaq person. So this one speaks to me. But I would like to do all the seasonal ones, the holiday ones. But I am surprised at how difficult these are, or challenging. I shouldn't say difficult, just challenging for me anyway. And I started with the female, and let's see, I'm using 14 count chocolate raspberry, and they called for Classic Colorworks. I think, yeah, there's one Gentle Art and a couple of DMC. Yeah. And that's what I've got done so far. Keeping count of these little stitches going up there. Oh. Okay, this is just a bag I made. It's come in handy for cross stitch and knitting, and okay, yes, this is Blooming Roots series by Stitching with the Housewives, and this one is May. You can see, oh, that's better. And I'm stitching it on Ada, just white. I got the all the kit from Crazy Annie's, and there's all the classic color works for this. I don't think I've started the street sign one. Okay, there we go. It's very pretty. So I have all of them, and they came with finishing fabric as well, like in the Priscilla stripes and plaids and that kind of thing. Yeah. So this is the only one I've started though. Okay, this is the bag I made. I think this is the first time something appropriate is in a bag. Yes, this was, I don't think I have a cover photo, no. Once again, oh, I did write it down. I wrote information down. The Extraordinary Bird Cell by Lola Crow. I started it on April 4th, 2025. 16 count Ada in fabrics by Stephanie and toasted almond. And using the called for DMC. And once again, it's a start along. Because I started it, but that's it. I've seen lots of people finish them already. Oh my goodness, they're gorgeous. I love the colors. Yeah. I got part of an owl done. Yeah. Okay, this next bag is by Evertote as well. Oh yes, this was a sampler September. This is called September's Revenge by Maximum Cross Stitch. This is my first sampler, and all the floss is by Roxy Floss Co. The fabric is just an Ada cloth that I tea dyed, and that's how far I got. The house was amazing to do, lots of fun. And it's really coming along. Those flowers are no joke. There's a lot of stitching there. And this is a pumpkin being carried away by a bird. I just had to add the string to that, a floss. Yeah. I can't believe I did all that stitching. Yep. It's coming along. Yeah, so that was another collaboration with Evertote, Roxy Floss, and Maximum Cross Stitch. Okay. This bag was in a Christmas box at Guerin Stitchery. So this is Guerin Toten Bags. This was a collaboration, I guess, that she did for Guerin. It says designed by Kieran Kluba of Rosewood Manor. This was Oh Santa, and I'm just working on the pillow. And I'm using the floss. It's mostly Weeks Dye Works. Okay. Okay, so the greens and the whites are mostly in that. And reds, yeah. And I am just about finished with that. Maybe by next Christmas. It's really cute. Okay. Let's just show this bag came in that same kit. Small bag. And what have I got in here? Oh, there's nothing in here now but bits that go with that. Okay. Just put that in here. Perfect. Okay, another bag that I made, the envelope style. Oh, okay, there's no project in here right now. I think this is for a Haid Heaven and Earth Designs chart that I bought and was going to start, and then I ended up taking the fabric to start another, yeah, so there's no project in there right now. Okay, now going back in time, this is what I mean by buying kits. Was my only experience with cross stitch. I think I bought this at Mary Maxim at a tent sale probably, 20 years ago, 25 years ago. So it's Debbie Mum front door bow, A Country Welcome. I still like this. I like old fashioned. I still want to stitch it. So I'm just using the colors that came in the kit. And so far, this is what I've got done. I'm part of the barn. Yeah. I did have a kit that I got rid of that was really, really old-fashioned. And I thought, I don't really want to do that anymore. I don't like it. So I did get rid of it. But for the most part, all the kits that I bought, I still want to do. 15, Country Welcome. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but maybe it'll be in style again when I get it finished. And the second one was, what's this one called? Where Friends Meet. And I love birds and birdhouses and country, yeah. And I got a little bit done on that. It's interesting when they count, you have to measure where to start and try and imagine where the bow's going to end up, because you just have this long piece of Aida with, it's like nicely finished. So yeah, hopefully I started it in the right spot. And that's what I've got done so far. The worst thing I find about these kits is you have to separate the floss, and it's like light blue, dark blue, medium blue. I think that's the worst thing about them, is trying to sort through and determine what they're referring to, what colors. But yeah, another kit I purchased. And I got it at their tent sale, which is probably, and it had a clearance tag on it. So it was probably 5 years old when I got it. And that was like probably 25, 30 years ago. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, where friends meet. Another kit, this is a Dimensions kit called Home. I like that. And I just got a small start on that. Can you see it? Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure where I got this kit. Might have been at Michael's. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a Dimensions kit, so I like that. It says, a house is made of walls and beams. Our home is made of hopes and dreams. And then in the background, you've got home, casa, family, villa, house, memories, maison, love, hearth. I like that. Yeah. Okay. And I'm just using a dollar store zip-up bag. Okay. This is a Nora Corbett Spring Garden Party Collection for Pixie Couture in lilac. I love lilacs. Yeah. And just using the called for DMC, and the fabric is just a shimmery Aida that I got, I think, at Michael's. And wait, now there it is. It's so far in her dress, so pretty. I don't think you can see the shimmer in the, oh yeah, there you can see some of it. I thought that would be a pretty fabric for it. And that's just in another one of those dollar store bags. Okay, and then this bag, this is another bag by Garon Toten Bags. Now this was, I think I ordered this from something I saw on Instagram or, you know, online somewhere. And I didn't realize about buying these printed charts. It's probably not getting credited to the artist. So if I ever see the real artwork, I will purchase the kit. But I do want the finished product. And I'm not sure what the name of it was. So I'm just calling it Dreamcatcher. Oh, lilac. And it's one of these printed charts. And all this blue is what I've got done so far. Yeah. Okay. The next one is called Cardinal's Promise by Stitchy Prose. It says, when you see a cardinal, know this promise is true. I am never far away and am always here with you. I lost my dad a few years ago, so everything cardinals hits home with me. Yeah. And I'm doing this on 16 count gray Ada by Fabric Flair. So that's the one where the color is printed on one side. There's the gray. And that's what I've got done so far. It's a very nice stitch. Very therapeutic, very, you know, you get in a good rhythm with it. And I should put that in that cardinal bag. I probably will switch them up one time, but for now it's just in one of these zip bags. Okay, I made this bag just before Christmas. So cute. And the trucks and the Christmas trees and the fabric on the inside is just that plaid or check. And I'm using Seraphim Fabrics 16 count Ada in the colorway City Lights. I don't have a picture of the finished project, but this was the stitch along on Facebook, Doreen Jones cross stitch Facebook page, and it's a free stitch along, so I'll show this chart. It's on her Facebook page. But this was the layout. I was just using colors that I had, so it wasn't necessarily the right color for this fabric. It shows up pretty well here, but it was hard to stitch for some reason. I don't know. So I really stalled out on this. I was hoping to do it for Vlogmas, but yeah, I kind of stalled out on it. So I don't know if I'll change the colors or fabric. I'm not sure. Okay, the next project, whoops, forgetting to write these down. Did I write down Dreamcatcher? No. Dreamcatcher, Cardinal's Promise. Okay. Okay, this was the 2025 Heaven and Earth Designs stitch along, and I picked the Steampunk Portal. My first attempt at full coverage. I stalled out again. That's what I've got done. I know it's less than 1%. I tried doing the parking method. Ugh, all those threads, I got confused. It just, oh, that wasn't for me. So I went back and tried to do some, just, I guess it's called cross country, when you finish, or you just try and finish a thread with surrounding areas. I don't know. it did not deter me. I did sign up again this year. I'll show you that in a bit. Okay, this again is pretty old. It was like from, oh, I don't know if I've got a date on here or not. This is a couple of years ago. It was hands-on design, a free stitch along on her website, or it was the HOD costume party sale. So that's the chart. It was free, so I'll show the chart. If it was current, I wouldn't, but it's older. And there's my progress. Okay. And that is in this bag by Doreen. I can't think of it. I'll get back to you on that. Lady in Nova Scotia. Okay. This bag was in a countdown box by Pastime Stitches, Pastime Creations. She is in Blenheim, Ontario. She has a floss tube. She hasn't been doing recording much, I don't think, but anyway. So this was the 2023 collaboration or countdown by Modern Folk Embroidery, Evertote, and Roxy Flossco. So that was a cute little jewelry there. And there are more threads to come, but the charts came in an envelope every day, and you open them and there's a thread inside to do that day's stitching. And that was like 2023, so I was not very good at keeping up. Still not. Anyway, I got some done. I did start it once and messed up, and so I started over. But it's coming along. Very pretty colors. I don't know the color of fabric that I chose for the box, or for the countdown. I wasn't really keeping track of things like that then, so. Okay, and another bag I made. This was a quilt block that I had laying around, so I turned it into a bag. Oh, just plain navy on the inside. Okay, this is by Heart and Hand, and it's Ye Old Crow Sampler. I am using 16 count Ada by Picture This Plus in Moon Glow. And that's how far I got. It's cute. Okay, and I think this is the last one. No, I have one more. Okay, another bag by Garon Totem Bags. Beautiful. This is Light My Fire by Ruby Slipper Designs. And I'm using, it's Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. The threads are all like reds and oranges and browns. Oh, very nice. And that's how far I got. And I'm not sure of the fabric. I don't seem to have the label or anything here, so I love this bag. Look at the inside. Isn't that gorgeous? They pick out such nice fabrics for their bags. Okay. And let's see, I'll light my fire. And finally, this year's Heaven and Earth Stitch Along. I selected, I think it's called Fairy Tale. The colors are what attracted me. I love teals and greens and blues. Yeah. And the threads are, I don't even have them all yet. Look at this. Holy moly. And that's not even all of them yet. So this full coverage is very new, and I have to admit a little overwhelming at times. But I think I've gotten farther this time than I did last time. I think. I don't have, I'm actually recording on my tablet, so that's where I could check the pattern keeper to see my percentage. Fairy Tale. Okay, so this is how much I've got done so far. I'm actually kind of proud of that. Yeah. And this is like the first 2 columns of the first page. The first page ends about here. Yeah. So we'll see if I'll be able to keep up this year. I'd like to try. I do have a problem with vertigo though, and it seems to stem in my neck. And so if I keep my head in a position for too long, it strains it, and then it'll trigger vertigo attacks. And then once I get a vertigo attack, I can be down for days. Yeah, so I have to be careful. I have to find a good stitchy spot. I've not found my stitchy spot yet. So, okay, so that is 27 whips. That's not bad. Not bad. I recorded my last crafty video, and I had 17 whips. And then another segment or set of videos I'm recording is 12 cast-ons for 2026. So I have another 12 new projects going that are yarny. So anyway, back to Flosstube. So I had started with Whip Go a couple years now, but I fizzle out. But I think this year is going to be my year to keep up with it. I did start the Big Brother game that Jessie Marie Does Stuff started, and that really helped me move along on some of my cross stitches. I am not finished last year's Big Brother game, but I still have all the stats, so I know what I can stitch. So I'm going to continue to work on the Big Brother game. Hopefully I'll get that done before, I think, March. We have Big Brother Canada. So I'll probably try and do the Big Brother game in March with that series as well. And then I'm also going to try and do temperature stitching. Now, I know I've watched many other floss tubers that do temperature stitching, and they do a lot of stitching. I don't get a lot of stitching done in a day. So hopefully I'm going to aim for maybe 50 stitches a day on the temperature stitching. The Big Brother game, it has different stitch counts assigned to different parts of the game. And then, of course, the Whip Go, I'm going to do each number that is called 10 hours a month on that piece. That's my goal for this year anyway. So, thanks for hanging in and watching. Please like, subscribe, and do all the YouTubey things. And it was nice doing just the floss cross stitch. Like I said, I think it's going to inspire me to do more of it, and maybe give me more to talk about on both videos. So we'll see how that goes. But okay, thanks for tuning in, and I shall see you in a couple of weeks. Bye for now, friends.